We are the Farmer family, and we have been missionaries for most of our lives.
We've been on some pretty epic adventures, and we thought it was about time to take you along.
All right, hey guys, welcome back on another epic missionary adventure. Today we have a fun one for you. One of our airstrips out in the mountains has been in pretty much disrepair for the last couple of years. I haven't been able to use it, and I haven't been able to land on it. But we're gonna head out there on this adventure, and we're gonna check this airstrip out, but we're not taking the airplane, and we're gonna go by land. So this will be quite the adventure. Normally, this takes us 30 minutes in the airplane to fly to. We're expecting on land anywhere from 8 to 16 hours to get there. So this is gonna be quite fun. We're gonna go catch up with another missionary down the road and pick him up in the morning, and then take his 4x4 out to the mountains. And so this is gonna be quite a fun adventure to try it out in the mountains. All right, so this is gonna be quite the adventure. We got some obstacles ahead of us. It's gonna be a long drive. We want to do it all during the daytime. We don't want to be driving at night. It's dangerous roads. Driving in the mountains of Mexico can be dangerous all in and of itself. And we want to be able to get out there, get on the roads, you know, be able to get out there before it gets dark as well. So pray for us that all those things will be happening. Another thing is that we heard that there was a tractor that was working its way towards that area. So one of the things that we want to do is see if we can talk to these guys and see if we could hire them just to work the airstrip a little bit for us. Before we can get an airplane in there, we do have to get a tractor on it and get some work done on the airstrip. So pray that we'll be able to catch up with the tractor and be able to catch up with these guys. And this ought to be quite the adventure. And I think after this adventure, you guys are going to see why I like to fly into the mountains as opposed to drive. But it ought to be a fun one. So come along and enjoy the ride. Good morning, guys. It's early in the morning. The sun's just starting to light up the sky a little bit, so that means it's time to hit the road. So I gotta say goodbye to my Kate. She got up early to see me off, and I'm gonna go pick up the other two guys, and then we're gonna hit the road and get up in the mountains. So this is gonna be at least 2 days for me to get there and back. Normally I could fly there and be back by 10 o'clock in the morning if I was flying. So yeah, driving is definitely gonna take a little bit longer, and it ought to be quite the adventure. So what do you think, Kate?
It's gonna be cool.
Awesome. All right. Goodbye, Katie. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. You ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll, man. You ready for this?
Yeah, man.
You want me to?
Are you bringing the chainsaw for any reason?
No.
Okay. Let me throw my stuff in the back.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day. I love you.
All right, guys. So we're underway. We've been on the road for about half an hour. I've got Kevin over there, and we got Eladio there in the background. Eladio's local pastor out in the area that we're going to, and it's been great to catch up with him. He's probably one of my favorite Huichol pastors. But we were just kind of talking through the area, and they were saying, you know, for the last 2 years that the airstrip's been closed, there hasn't been a lot of interest in opening the airstrip until just, you know, a few months back. There was a little boy that drowned in the river, and they were able to get him out of the river, and he was still alive. But there wasn't a quick way to get him out of the mountains, and so by the time they finally got him to the hospital the next day or whatever, there wasn't a whole lot the hospital could do. The boy lived for about 2 weeks in the hospital and then finally passed away. And so now the village feels a lot more motivated to be able to open up the airstrip. So it's kind of sad circumstances, but we're glad they're feeling motivated to open the airstrip. And news is that there's a machine out there about a half an hour away from the airstrip, and we're going to be meeting up with some of the village elders. Eladio set some of that up. We're going to be meeting with some of the village elders, and we're going to be going out and seeing what we can do to convince these machines to do some good work on the airstrip. So if we can get them to do some good work out there, hopefully we'll be able to open this airstrip and get it going. So we're going to hit the road and keep moving. Since we've got a lot of meetings and everything today, I'm not sure if we'll be able to make it home tomorrow night or not. We're just hoping to be able to make it to the village tonight, so we'll see what happens. Alright guys, hey, we just parked here part way up the mountain, and we met up with Chava, one of our buddies. We loaded everything in his Bronco here, and we're going to take the Bronco from here on out. The road gets a little bit rougher here shortly. In about 2 hours, we'll have about 2 hours left of pavement, and then it'll be dirt roads the rest of the way, so that'll be a fun one. All right, so we made it to the halfway point into the pavement for us, but kind of went through this little town. Hopefully you got to enjoy a little bit of that there on the video. But we're gonna pick up a couple bags of cement for the Weechel pasture that we're taking out. They're gonna work on building a structure out there in the mountains. So we're gonna pick up a couple bags of cement, and then we're gonna get heading on the way. Now I figure out how to open this thing up. That's great food. It's always good when you come out of the mountains and have some good food. "11:30, we just left pavement, so it's gonna be dirt roads the rest of the way. So hopefully we can get there before dark comes. All right, well, we made a couple miles on the dirt road here. Just stopping to take a little pit break. And we climbed up from about 1,500 feet. We're almost 4,000 feet now. Kind of nice. There's gotten a little bit cooler, and it's a nice break here in the shade. Feels really good, but road's been good so far, and hopefully it'll be great the rest of the way. We'll see how it goes.
Smoking?
As the dust clears, that's what we need right there. We need to get that blade, that tractor out on the airstrip. That dust is bad. But yeah, that's what we need right there. All right, so just imagine yourself, you're out in one of these villages and you get sick or you get hurt or maybe even broke a bone or something, and that dust is getting me. You're a couple hours, you got to do a couple hours on these kind of roads, and just to get to the nearest kind of medical facility, that's probably going to ship you a couple more hours into town. So just imagine what it'd be like to be in one of these villages and be this remote and this far isolated. You know, it's just 30 minutes in the airplane saves them hours, you know, really an entire day's worth of travel to try and get somewhere, and doing that if you're sick or hurt or something. It just kind of shows what the airplane can do and just the value that it is, and the way the Lord can use that out in these areas. All right, so check this out. We're driving along and we look down at the bottom of the canyon, and hopefully you guys can see that down in there.
We don't want to end up like that, huh?
Yeah, we don't really want to end up like that.
So we got a good driver though, so.
Yeah, hopefully we'll make this.
Donde vamos enfrente.
So the greeting here when you see somebody like that and you're passing is, oh, correcto? The guy and the horse that we just passed, I guess he's like a circuit preacher. He rides around on his horse and preaches in these little different villages. His name was Pablo. So that's kind of cool. Just over there across the canyon is the airstrip where we do a lot of our medical clinics. You can see it sitting over there. It's kind of fun to see from the different side of the canyon now. Right up, cowboy. All right, so we made it up here on top. We're about 6,300 feet in elevation here, but we probably got about another hour or so or more to go. But the rest of it, we're gonna stay on top for a little while, and then it's gonna be a pretty steep decline down into the village. So it's ought to be fun. So we're still, it looks like things are going well, and hopefully we'll make it there before dark, because I think we've got a couple meetings once we get down there to do. So beautiful place. All right, we made it finally. Only 9 hours it took us. We're a little bit dusty and tired of driving around and bouncing around in the truck, so glad to be here. We're yet to go see the airstrip, but we'll get to that. I don't know if we'll make it this afternoon or tomorrow morning first thing. But we passed some of the engineers, some of the tractors and stuff, and they said the big boss is coming in later tonight, so we're gonna meet up with him in the morning and see if we can convince him to go work on the airstrip and get it up and running. So far, this trip's been a good success.
Yeah, it's a blast. Love road tripping.